myself because there's people in my house.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome now to WRA Season 4, West Lebanon. Probably one of the coolest tracks we're going to have besides Open Air Field all season, as this is the very last stop before the World Finals, which should be very, very exciting. Have a track getting all sorted together right now. We don't know exactly what track that is going to be, but in the commentary booth, we have a three-way. It is going to be myself, Mr. Mark Colladeri, and Dalton Widener, who has been here in the commentary booth with me for the past few events. Guys, as we look at the bracket, actually, one of the guys in the booth, Dalton Widener, sat a 53.860, the fastest time of the night. As we sit here, guys, how do you think it's going to go? I mean, Mark, you really haven't been here all season. Maybe a little bit of rust you got to wear off. Dalton, you've been fast, but, you know, consistency is definitely key, and going down that straightaway as you start could kill you. Dalton, what do you think? All right, Mark, what do you think?
All right, well, this track from a driver's perspective is definitely a little bit tricky. One of the trickier ones that I've seen all season. Even though I haven't been able to compete, I've been keeping up with the live streams that have been put up so far. This is really a driver's course going into the first turn. If you start in the green lane, you have a nice little dirt roller that you have to get over while you're going through the turn. And you have a hairpin down the black lane if you go down there first. And it's quite tricky to keep the truck straight over these rollers and these race lanes. So I think it's going to come down to whoever's going to be the most consistent. Not necessarily the fastest times all night, but whoever can consistently get through these turns and get down the straightaway without making a penalty, I think is going to be the winner. It's been a while since I've been able to be here. It's nice to be back, just here to have a little bit of fun and see what happens. So yeah, I'm shaking a little bit of rust off, but whenever I get a chance to race, it's always a good time.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those that are not competing tonight, our qualifiers have had to go through some rough conditions. We saw some back faces over in some of the tall corners. It's only caught some, but it's actually a matter of how you enter the corner. When you go in, we saw Andrew Sheets, who it really messed up his qualifying time, had a good shot at being number one, but caught that, threw him up on two wheels. I don't know if it was going to beat Dalton. Dalton was very, very fast in his pass, but, you know, when it comes to competition time, it seems as if the qualifying times in terms of being important kind of go out the window because the nerves start to build up and the actual aspect of competition starts to kick in. And speaking of competition, we're going to get ready. Our fastest qualifier, Dalton Widener, is going to be jumping right out of the booth and facing Adam Boyne. I'm sorry, actually, it's not going to be Adam Boyne, who was not able to make the call. It will be Kyle Knickerbocker in full bore, who actually just missed the event, being that he got a 66.97 right under Josh Gajewski, and Monster Energy ran a 59.205. So he'll be able to come back, and if we come back, Mark, and see Kyle win, it could be a huge upset to start us off.
That's absolutely true. So he's getting his chance to come here and try and make a splash in this event. We'll see what happens, but chances would say that Dalton was going to win this based on qualifying times, but on a course this long with this many variables, you really never know.
Getting staged here, get ready to go. We're actually going to see what lane would be the winning lane. We've heard controversy go back and forth between the drivers, talking about how the black lane was better, the green lane was better, but I have heard that the furthest lane, the green lane, will be the better of the two as they go off, and it seems as Dalton has gotten about a truck lead on full bore. Oh, Dalton just kicks the wall just a little bit, and it seems you really actually, on this type of course, Mark, you really cannot tell who is in the lead until you come down the final straightaway, when one person, being the outside person, has more momentum, and the inside person really has to get the wheels to the ground. Absolutely.
So right now, it looks fairly even. Kyle close to one tiring there, but he's still legal as per the rules. Right now, he's going into the hairpin, and he pushes way wide. He's going to have to back up.
Dalton not taking that like Kyle did, but still trying to get the best he can, going out a little wide. And it's also a matter of how you approach that little dirt hill. You can't even really see it. I mean, on my screen, at least it's hard to see. And this is where it's really going to count there. About, I would say, Dalton actually has a demanding lead on Kyle. It's going to be Dalton moving on into round number 2, and Mr. Kyle Knickerbocker in full bore will be the one entering first in the two-wheel skill competition, which should be very interesting, Mark, being how the track looks.
Absolutely. You have some wide open areas to try and get some sky wheelies or try and do some moonwalks and whatnot. It's going to be interesting to see what these drivers come up with, because I do see some opportunities for some interesting moves that we may not have seen this season. You just got some long straightaways to work with here, so we'll see what happens. Kyle looked like he was kind of thrown in last minute. Kind of looked like he wasn't prepared. Had a little trouble in that hairpin turn. We just couldn't come back from that. Dalton, the fastest qualifier, he knew he had to make a really good pass. And as soon as you have to back up, that's pretty much it, unless your competitor makes a worse mistake.
Welcoming Dalton Widener back into the booth after his win. Dalton, how'd that win feel? How's the track? Okay. Moving on right now to the next race, we're going to have the son of one of the most famous monster truck drivers in the world, has been all around the world, has driven in Germany, he has driven in almost every part of the world that can serve a monster truck. Charlie Pauken, the third in Knucklehead, who we saw in Birmingham have one of the best two-wheel runs I think we'll see so far this season, and I mean, it's the track layout that really helped him out. I don't even know how he didn't touch the barrier that he touched. But he will be facing Vincent Ackard in Whiplash. Now, Vincent has been very up and down in the racing, and I mean, this was, Vincent didn't do too bad, but he wasn't too great, you know, a little bit of mess-ups here and there, but that's pretty convenient on a track like this, Mark, where there's a lot you got to focus on, besides the straightaway. I mean, the straightaway is tough, but it's also getting around that final corner on, even in both lanes, not just the black lane or the green lane. It's both lanes that you really have to cut the corner nice and tight, making sure you get the fastest time in each lane.
Absolutely. The straight line, or just the straight line here. Oh, Charlie Pauken off the line seems to have some trouble. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if he was in gear or not, but Vincent has a nice lead right now.
Oh!
And he's just giving it back. Wow, this is going to be an interesting race already. But as I was saying, the straight line on this course is just a very small part of everything going on that you have to focus on. Right now, it looks like Vincent might have a small lead even after having to back up. But Charlie, I know, is going to push it as hard as he can.
Vincent with a massive one tire. That's going to give it to Charlie Pauken, the third in Knucklehead, and Vincent's going to try to run the best time he can, even though he is pretty much out of this thing. We're just waiting on to see if Charlie Pauken the third is going to mess up, but he is running his own race, going down, entering the final corner. It's going to be very, very close, and this could actually open up a huge gap of time, being that we are now watching Chucky. I don't even know if he made the time, to be honest. He might have just made it.
Chucky was clean, and he just gets in within his limit. 4.5 seconds.
Just made it. Man. That was close. We almost saw the 5-second penalty. Vincent Ackard not get the penalty that he ended up getting, because we almost saw Chucky Pauken not make that one. And speaking of people that were fast, I say were because, you know, been stumbling a little bit. Jack Merkel and the Broders is going to be facing Joey Berge in the Pirates Curse, and Jack has been stumbling a little bit in the competition, Mark. We saw him earlier in the season coming out with a head full of steam, and I mean, he was winning events, he was winning freestyles, you know, it was always something that he was going to win in that event, but he's been choking a little bit, and he has been one for keeping his consistent times, and if he could do that all the way to the final race, we might see him sort of climb back to the mountain, even though his spot in Vegas is pretty much locked in, being that he is #1 in points. But we've seen Joey Berge really, really kill it in freestyle. Did that nice front flip in open airfield a few weeks back that me and Jonathan Cannon got to call. Just a spectacular run, and we know now, at this point in the season, the event before Vegas, we know that Joey is definitely a freestyler.
And right now, Jack Merkel, I know I've been, I talked to him privately. I congratulated him on the season that he's having, because even though he's been around here for a while, he's really having his breakout season, I believe, in this league. In the beginning of the season, as you said, he was dominating pretty much every competition he was in. As of late, he might be slowing down a little bit, but I still like him as a contender to win any event.
Definitely so. As we wait for Mr. Joey Berge to come into game. Looking at that beautiful Brodozer, I mean, what a beautiful design that truck is, and Jack has really been putting that truck to the test in terms of its durability. And I mean, he is really, if it wasn't a win, it was always going to be something close to a win. Like, he was never really too bad. And here comes Joey now. We're going to get Joey lined up, and this might be one of those races where it could be considered an upset, being Jack's recent history this season.
We're about to see. They're both on the line right now. And they're off. It seems pretty even. Looks like Jack actually now over the final jump of the straightaway has about a truck length lead.
Oh, that was pretty cool. They kind of went in there and sank.
Joey through the hairpin very nicely. Best we've seen so far.
Jack definitely getting that the front wheels up so he can maneuver the straightaway a lot better than we've seen. That little the shock setup he is running is definitely going to help him out in that right, and he is flying right now. Final corner, we're going to see how he handles it. Oh, he's in trouble! Oh, can he save the truck? He's going to save it. He still has time to make it up. Joey's trying to come back, and he is really pulling up on Jack.
If Joey doesn't make a mistake, he's going to take this, but Jack still has a chance here. Joey goes a little bit wide.
Joey's pulling it in. It looks like it's going to be Joey's race, and it is going to be Joey taking out Jack. Another upset. Oh, Jack throws it deep. Oh, Jack is, whoa, he's rolling over big.
Jack, the Brodozer machine needs some work to make it back for two-wheel skills, unfortunately.
Yeah. Huge upset. We just saw another one of those races where the upset did come into play, and that was a massive upset. Joey taken out, like we previously stated, Mark, one of the guys that has really been on top. Put him out, actually put him in the two-wheel skill competition, so his night of trying to earn points is not entirely over, as he has another competition designated especially for those that lose in round one. It's not many points, but there is actually, as we previously mentioned, or as I previously mentioned last week in the event, that there will be a two-wheel skill points championship that will be designated for those, I believe, in the top 6 to try and get the overall two-wheel skill championship. So that should be very exciting to see, depending on the track. I mean, the track's not, we don't know what the track is right now, so you can't really get any type of practice on it that we know of.
What's up, boys?
We have Dalton Widener back after his first round race. Dalton, what did you think about that?
Okay. Had a couple mistakes. Tapped the wall there on that first little hairpin. Other than that, it felt pretty good.
Hey, you looked really fast. I don't know if that was the 53.8 that you ran in qualifying, but you were still pretty together in terms of running your own race.
I had it together. I did actually a lot better than I expected. Looks like we got Chris B and yeah, we got Chris and Brandon Scaff here in game. Gonna be Rage versus Hooked. See how this goes.
Waiting on the ready up from Chris, taking a little bit more time than he needs, probably trying to calm himself down. And there's the green light. I do believe Chris has got the lead on Brandon right now.
Not very much, though. Brandon just brought it back right there. And
Brandon slide it
out.
out.
Perfectly done.
Both drivers through the first turn very well.
Not too much of a momentum loss from anybody quite yet.
Brandon had a great hairpin turn right there. Let's see if he can bring it back.
Both drivers again. Looks like they're both running pretty good passes.
Chris actually kept that pretty straight going down the straightaway as he tries to enter the hairpin turn where the back face is. It's not gravity. He's actually running a really good race right now.
Barely missed clipping the wall on the entrance to that, though.
He clipped the back of that ramp, though. Oh, and Brandon is catching up. Brandon's nosing over a little bit.
This is going to be a good finish.
This is going to be the best race of round one so far, guys.
This is going to be a really good one. Chris is having a lot of momentum coming back. Brandon is going to try to pull it away. It's going to be Brandon
pulls away.
And Hook taking it. Good effort by Chris, though, as he tried to get himself back. He was having a lot of momentum towards the end of the race there. That was a heck of a race from round one. It was very, very fast. Both guys really wanted to get that win. That was something. We hope to get the races better than that throughout the night. Although the nerves do come into play when you tend to get on a track like this. You want to master it, but sometimes you can't master a track of this magnitude and all the obstacles you have to see and trying to get down the straightaway and all of the racing jumps.
Nonetheless, great pass for both of them. Let's see who's next race. Got Blaze in game already.
After that, we're going to have Blaze Zanting, who actually didn't do too bad in the qualifying, as we've seen him sort of struggle in that. He actually was second under Dalton with a 54.262. Blaze was flying, and we're going to see him face off against Josh Gajewski in the Monster Energy F-150 Cody Saucier ride, which I do believe handles a little bit better than Damon's, because Damon likes his setup the way he likes it.
Should be a good little race here.
Both guys definitely have a lot of years under their belt. They really know. I mean, this track is never really one that's been too common, but this is going to be an exciting race.
And both of them off the line. Looks like it's pretty even right now, actually.
Blaze is actually pulling away from Josh.
Yeah,
wow.
Blaze pulling away right there. Not by very much, though.
Into the turn, Blaze washes out a little bit, but still makes a nice turn.
He's still right there, and you can't really call who is in the lead, even though it looks like purely Blaze. This is really what ends up hurting you right there, is no matter how fast you are, you have to definitely master that final corner in the green lane. But Josh is definitely trying to keep it low to the ground, trying to get more ground speed versus air speed as Josh throws it in.
So does Blaze there. Blaze is trying to come back right here. Should even out, though, once they go to the O-run part.
Blaze has a little bit of an advantage here, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like Blaze is going to run away with this one if he can keep
He definitely has it together if he doesn't make any type of penalties. And it is going to be Captain's Curse moving on into round number 2.
Into the wall,
Taking
though.
out John. Whoa! Monster Energy! Oh!
Nasty
What a wreck!
Going out with a bang, I said.
Josh really going all for it there. Wanted to put on a good show for the fans, but ended up losing the steering, I believe, as he threw it and it just kept flipping and flipping. That was a hell of a race.
All right.
And after those two, they just keep on coming. Seth Holloway in the Air Force Afterburner facing Aaron Lurie in the black El Toro Loco. We saw him last week. Oakland, California, have one of the most bumper dragon freestyles of the season. Walking the truck on its back tires after not doing so hot in the racing portion. Wanted to put out a good show for the fans. And that was very interesting, guys. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that in their time, especially in a league event.
Little different there, I'd say.
Yeah, different's a word for it.
Not really much to describe that one, but
no,
that was one way to do it, I guess.
Bumper Dragon.
Was he doing a wheelie or was he doing a two-wheel?
He did a big long wheelie all the way around the track. Coming into the game first will be Aaron, who does not have lane choice in this one. Waiting on. As I say that, Seth comes right on into the game.
There he is.
Getting some technical difficulties on the end of Julian, so he will restart his game. Really been seeing some exciting action tonight, guys. We definitely saw some great races and people that really wanted to get the win, like Josh last round, who had that massive wreck. As the trucks pick their lanes when Julian comes back, we saw that it's not about giving up here in WRA. You have to really try to put your pedal to the metal, and it's not over when it's over, until it's over, I mean. And Julian's crashing again. Could take some time here to go get some popcorn, maybe. Having some technical difficulties. Getting the truck staged, testing the ruts. Still a lot of anticipation going into this one, though, because these two guys have been in many Sim Monsters leagues before, and they definitely know how they race. They know if they are either crazy and want to win by being the fastest and racing the fastest that they can, and or if they know how to be conservative and try to get the win like that, because everybody has their own style.
Both drivers on the line. Give it a thumbs up.
I feel it, Mark.
And they're off.
There's the green light right there. Aaron is pulling away from Seth early, and one thing we've noticed so far, guys, tonight is it really has not been. Oh, Aaron catches the wall. He's still on the wall. Can he make the corner?
Still on the wall.
Almost touches Air Force there, but as I was saying, we have not seen too many clear starts to the point where it's just been. Oh,
and
Aaron
is doing a wheelie right now, and he is not going to clear the double.
We have not seen too many guys start even. It's always been someone pulling away from each other, and Aaron is.
Looks like Mr. Lurie might be playing with an upside
down
monitor.
Well, he's riding another wheelie out. He's going all the way down the track. Seth's trying to run his own race. What's Aaron doing?
On the other half of the track, looks like Seth Holloway is having a great pass right now.
Seth is having a great pass. He will obviously be moving into round number 2 with no time to waste, racing his own race as if there were some actual competition. Seth going to finish up his lap by going down the green lane, and it will be Seth Holloway, regardless of.
Most definitely memeing on this league again.
Seth's going to take his time coming over the
Seth
final
crosses the finish
line, and it is going to be Seth moving on. After what a race, probably one of the races of the night. Very, very creative, guess you could say.
Yeah.
After a race like that, man, I don't know.
And it looks like Aaron has announced his retirement.
Wouldn't be too surprised there.
Not even kidding. Check.
That's all you need in your league. That's all you need in actually an event. Not bad.
A retirement. And looks like we're going to have another one of our commentators in the booth right now up in the first round. Mark Culinary versus Andrew Sheets. It's going to be Gravedigger versus Michigan Ice Monster.
Dalton, as we look in the bracket, we've only seen one major upset, and that was Pirates Curse taking out the Brodozers, who get ready for the next race here. Haven't seen too many big round 1 upsets so far tonight. Usually that becomes a factor early on in the round 1 bracket, but we've really seen the faster of the two get their taste at a win, as it usually should be, but that just means that the faster guys are more consistent as we are getting ready for a heater of a race. Two guys very, very fast, very, very experienced.
And they're off the line right now. And looks like
Andrew
once again that
away.
black lane is going to have... Oh, it's a little bit closer this time. Usually the black lane has a little bit of a lead, but...
Oh, man, Andrew just nailed that corner, turning on a double, throwing it in.
So did
Kinda
Mark,
like
though. Mark is still moving right now. Mark had a great corner right there in that bump.
Mark is no slouch as he goes to try to make that probably one of the best corners going next to that container that we are going to see all night, cutting it nice and tight.
This is definitely going to be one of the races of the night because here comes Mark into the hairpin.
It's very close.
Sliding it around perfectly. This is going to be a good race.
Mark almost had the corner that Andrew had. Andrew's in a little bit of trouble. Looks like he kind of slid into it though.
This is going to be the closest race of the night so far. Mark is already coming around.
Mark is in the corner, and he's going to get the momentum coming to the finish, and it looks like it's going to be real close. Mark has momentum. Andrew's building up the momentum, going to the finish line. It is going to be... Oh, it's going to be Andrew by... Oh, Mark hits the wall. It's going to be Andrew by half a truck at the finish line. What a race. That has to be the race of round number 1. Right there, Dalton.
Right there. That was by far easily the closest race of the night so far.
Man. Alright, well, I gotta go race.
I think Andrew got that.
Yeah, he did.
Good
Barely.
race. And did anyone have to take a picture of that? 'Cause that was a good race. Well, I could watch the live stream. I don't even know where the stream. Where is the stream link?
YouTube a tire, maybe. There's a picture in announcements, yeah. Looks like we got one last race here for the first round. Going to have our streamer and league host himself versus a commentator. Hooligan versus Avenger. It'll be up to just me and Mark here to commentate. Let's see. I don't know. I haven't clicked. Marty Hussey is waiting on Julian to come to the line. Is it really never posted? That's all. Waiting on Julian to line up. We got it ready for Marty. On the line, and he is ready. Waiting on the green, and they're both off. Looks like we're going to have pretty much a perfectly even start right there. And Julian coming in for that hairpin turn, swinging a little wide. Oh, and bad start. Already into the wall. Bad start there. Oh, and Julian is already all the way down and coming back around. Marty's going to have to play a big game of catch-up here if he wants to win this race. Ooh. Julian violently going over those cars. Marty coming into the hairpin turn, tapping the wall, sliding it out, around the car, and up and over that jump. No lanes on that jump, so I guess it doesn't really matter. And Marty up and over the crossover jump. Sliding it around. And it looks like it's going to be all Julian if he can keep from... And it is all Julian across the line. And Marty across the line in the other lane. And it was. Good one. All right.
Actually, no, I didn't even mess up that bad in my qualifying pass. But regardless, good race, Julian. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. I was muted. Definitely. No, but it was still fun. Yeah. Speaking of Dalton, as we wrap up round number one with that race, me getting put into the two-wheel bracket, we will see Mr. Dalton Weiner heading out again into the second round, facing Knucklehead. And Mark, as I previously mentioned, we only saw round one upset as of the race that we saw of you and Andrew, and then me and Julian. Those were two back-to-back upsets, so I kind of called it right there. Speaking of upsets, we've seen Charlie Parker pull a few this season. Do you think he's going to nail Dalton, the fastest qualifier? Because that's got to be one of the biggest upsets you could get all night.
That's true. I don't know. He had some problems in the first round. Right now, I'd have to go with the fastest qualifier in this race.
Chucky's really going to have to pull it from behind in order to get this race, because racing a guy like Dalton, you need to be on your game. You need to be 100% focused and not messing up like I did. I died because I got on the wrong the wrong track and the wrong freestyle. Nope, not at all. Yep. Coming back onto the game now. Trucks are getting lined up and staged. We're going to see Chucky Pauken take we've seen now the lesser of two favorites as they get the green light, but as I say lesser of two favorites, he's actually pulling away just by half a truck, building up now to a truck.
Very close to that wall, and it looks like he tapped the wall going into that, so he pushed wide. Charlie Pauken, the third, is going to have a big advantage right now.
Dalton's definitely building up a lot of momentum. He is having, yeah, like you mentioned before, Charlie Pawkins definitely got a lot of momentum and speed up against Dalton, but Dalton is charging hard in the green lane. Oh, man!
Chucky had a really good hairpin turn right there. It's going to be tough to beat this.
This might be probably one of the biggest upsets of the night, folks. We might see Chucky Pocket take out the fastest qualifier.
Indeed, he's going to do it. He's already at the roller.
He did it. The biggest upset of the night just got done by Charlie Pawkin, and the Knucklehead will be moving on into the semifinals. What a race and what a night so far for Charlie Pawkin III, who has taken the throne off of Dalton Widener and moved on. He actually took him out. Can't even do two-wheel skill. He's just on the trailer. Dalton, huge upset. What do you think happened?
Just didn't get a good start.
That'll do her.
That's about it, really.
Getting ready now. We're going to see the second appearance of the man that has really nailed the two-wheel skill competition, who's really put on a great show for it in the past events that he has been in the two-wheel skill competition. Will not be in it this week. It's going to be Pirate's Curse Joey Berge against Brandon Scaff in Hooked. Brandon being the one who has really taken the two-wheel skill competition to another level. He has a lot of control over the truck. He has a lot of agility. And plus, he's fast, so puts on a great show. Let's hope these races get faster and faster as we go. Puts on a great show. We've only seen that for a few events. Not really too many, but, you know, nerves come over the driving. That happens.
Probably.
That'll probably cause some type of baking thing.
This is Brett from Remember My Name, and you're listening to our song.
Being that Jack Merkel actually got taken out in round number 1 is going to jeopardize his racing points. Andrew Sheets, if he actually wins this thing, will jump up to being number 1 in racing points as we are now looking at the next race, Pirate's Curse and Hooked. Getting the ready. Good sportsmanship on the side of Joey. There's the green light. And off the start, it's actually pretty even. Brandon having actually the first one of the night, having the advantage out in the black lane. Get a bit of bad start by Joey. All on the finish line, we get to see that start. It's actually pretty even as we look. It's probably been the shortest gap of the night between two lanes. Joey could make a name for himself right now. Moving on down the black lane, taking his time as we've seen many people do. Let's say he takes the corner. Slides it in. That was a great corner by Joey. Brandon's really going to have to do a game of catch-up if it's really that corner that could jeopardize the win or the loss. And Joey is moving with a head of speed.
So is Brandon coming around that final corner right there.
Oh, man, it might be Brandon taking it, though. As I did mention, Joey nailed the corner. And Brandon did play the game of catch-up, taking out Joey Berge in Pirate's Curse. Oh, Joey's in trouble, though! Just took out two trucks at the end there.
I'm just curious, has anybody won out of the green lane?
I don't believe so.
In a race that hasn't ended in the other competitor?
I don't believe so, no. Seems like the black lane's been the favorite.
I messed up heavily in my race, so I don't think anybody's won from the green lane, from it like being a good race, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
It's definitely been that black lane all night, though.
Yeah, I got caught off guard heavily in my race.
Would have done me some justice, but it didn't look like it did me at all. Because I actually never had messed up in any of my practice runs. I didn't do many, but in any of my practice runs that I hopped into game 4. I never messed up the corner like that, and it's that aspect of competition that really gets to you.
Oh yeah, dude, I ruined my corner. You see mine?
I did.
It's terrible.
2 upsets in round number 2, Knucklehead and Hooked. They will be in the semifinals. Brandon has a freestyle win under his belt. Can he do one here tonight at West Lebanon, one of the strangest tracks? He has a chance to master it.
Right now, though,
One
we
of the
got Seth
constructive out
Holloway
Knucklehead.
and Blaze Zanting in game right now. Waiting on a ready from Seth, and we'll get this going. And off the line they go.
Oh, it's fairly even. Oh, looks like Blaze has some internet
pulls
issues.
away heavily. Oh my gosh.
He's got about
Blaze pulls
truck and
way
a half
ahead.
on him.
Seth
Second
over
fastest
one of the current
qualifier.
cars.
Second fastest qualifier, really putting some justice to the number there.
And Seth sliding it around. Perfect corner right there, looks like. Getting a pretty good section right there. See how I can take this hairpin turn. And looks like he's going to do it perfectly.
Pretty much nails it.
This is going to be a close race. If Blaze continues to mess up as he is.
Blaze is messing up, though. Messing up big time.
Uh-oh. We might see another green lane winner.
We might see a green lane winner. Oh, it's going to be Seth pulling ahead with the
No, I
momentum.
don't think so.
Oh, man, Blaze is pulling away. Seth actually misses the cars. He's going to get a penalty. It's going to give it to Blaze.
Yep, it's going to be Blaze. I agree, Seth.
Tried fighting it, did not end up getting the better side of it.
The track bites another one.
We keep moving on, though, in the racing. We've seen, actually, our first non-upset Captain's Curse taking out the Air Force Afterburner. That was actually going to be Seth's race, is coming to the finish line, but that penalty got him. Moving on down the line, though, as I mentioned, we're going to have Andrew Sheets in the Michigan Ice Monster, who has been fast, but wasn't too fast in qualifying, sitting 14th, almost at the bottom. Facing someone that also didn't do too good, so it should be pretty much evenly matched. Julian Bauman in Avenger. Julian actually going to be having the better of the 2 lanes in this race, picking the obvious black lane that will put him up in the odds. He just has to run that race like everybody has been in that lane tonight. Seems as if people have been having some type of lag issue on this track. We actually heard a few people before talking about it, seeing if anybody else was suffering from it, but it's only been a select amount of people as we get ready for this one. Julian is staged and ready to go. We've seen Andrew be the one to actually get the hole shots off of the line going down the straightaway. And they are evenly matched on the starting line. Both got ready. There is the green light.
Off the line, there it goes. Andrew with a little bit of a hole shot. Not much, though.
Oh, Julian's going to clip the wall. Oh, wait, I thought he was over. He's going to try to save the truck. He's actually over, giving Andrew the win there. It's going to be all Andrew.
If he can make it around the track without rolling, should be a win.
Which I think he's just going to take it easy if that. That would be the smart play.
If he's smart, he will. But this is Mr. Dr. Pepper himself.
50 feet off of each jump.
This is Mr. Dr. Pepper himself, so we don't know.
Easing onto the Dr. Pepper cans really gives him that little boost.
It does.
But chugging sodas.
That's right. It's good for you, according to him. And he's still going to hit it really hard. I don't understand why, but
putting
whatever.
on a good show. Nose deep, though. Oh, he actually clips the wall. Watch out.
Oh! If this was SMRA, that'd be a big old rip right there.
He would have, what is it, $200?
I don't know.
$200?
He'd have a popped BKT tire.
That is an SIR, you buffoon.
I know, it's a joke.
And we are actually now in the semifinals. It was half and half on the upsets versus the actual faster guy winning the race, Knucklehead and Hooked, who will actually be the first race of the semifinals. And this should be a really good one because they are almost evenly matched. It's Hooked sitting at 5th and Knucklehead sitting at 8th in qualifying times.
I'm going to make my bold prediction that whoever gets the black lane is going to get a fat dub.
Brandon being...
Yeah, you just roll. Sorry.
Well, to be fair, everybody that finished the race in the black lane won.
Yeah, basically. Or didn't mess up in the black lane, that is.
Literally, nobody's won in a green.
Yeah. They have, but it's
Have
because
they?
I messed up. Yeah. Yeah, the guy who raced me won, but I
Alright, if
destroyed
both trucks finish the race, the black lane wins. Call it.
Yep.
I'll give you
Yeah,
10 to
let's
1
go with
odds.
that.
I'll give somebody 10 to 1 odds where they want to bet.
No, I'm not facing that. It's my odds are on the black lane. It's been pretty consistent throughout the night, but
I think whoever has BKTs wins. That's how it goes.
all right, Dalton's got his eyes on Hooked. SCRs are going down. China tires are not taking. China tires are taking the fat L.
He's on all 4 BKT tires, so looks like he's going
Ryan
to go pretty
Lacrosse is over there in the grandstand screaming.
good. Ryan Lacrosse is losing his mind currently. BKT. Even
Wow,
though
they're both readied up really fast. They are both ready to go. There's the green light.
And looks like it's going to be completely even.
It's actually pretty even going off the line there. Chucky's been a real fighter as of late in the terms of the racing competition.
Brandon with a good turn right
Throwing
there.
it in.
Both drivers with a really good turn.
And looks like... Oh, nosing it over a little bit. Charles Pauken the third goes.
Trying to get that ground speed.
And Brandon up and over that far green lane car.
Oh, Chucky getting squirrely, trying to keep the front tires up on that.
Brandon was getting squirrely too, but he came out of it pretty well. See how he takes this little bump right here. Pretty well.
I don't think Brandon got over that as good as he has the rest of the night.
Still getting pretty good right now. Nosing it up.
Pretty good.
Nosing it up again. He's laying it all on the line. Sliding
Looks
it
like
around
it's
that
gonna
corner.
be the black
Looks
lane.
like
Oh
it's
man,
going
I'm
to be
saying
the black
that.
lane again.
It's going to be the black lane yet again.
Yep,
Taking the
and
win.
that's a-
Chucky Pauken, though, trying to get the best of
That
that.
is
Could not do it.
Fat old W right there.
Are the lanes even?
We have no idea.
Is it? It looks like that black lane, and I've been to a lot of speedway shows with the crossovers before.
My
I know one.
experience in the game would say no.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's even.
But I have to say though, when you mess up that first corner, take a fat L.
You are a freaking beat guy.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
done.
it's gone. You're done.
It's gonna be over from that point.
Gigantic beat.
That's exactly what I did. Yeah, I took a fat ass out.
Getting right into the second race of the semifinals is going to be Captain's Curse. Blazanting number 2 actually facing Andrew Schutz, who is
Gravedigger.
number 14.
If Gravedigger was a human, he's in game right now. And who's he racing? Sorry.
Who's who racing?
Andrew.
Andrew's racing Blaze in the concussion Captain's Curse.
Alright, I'm gonna concussion source guy.
Oh Jesus, did I say that? Well, they're both really skinny. My bad, I got messed up.
My money.
I knew that didn't sound
my
right.
My money's on Captain's Curse.
Neither one of them
He's got
have
the black
BKTs.
lane. That's with the up and ups for the whole night.
Neither one of them have BKTs, so I think they're both gonna roll.
Well, go back to the old sponsor, the Goodyear truck. Maybe that'll have a boost. Andrew needs to back up.
Nah, he's gonna.
Blaze needs to
Or
pull
Blaze needs
forward.
to pull up.
Whatever. Who cares?
All right,
Let's
that's
see if
actually.
the theory holds up here. If Blaze can lay down a good lap and get him a fat dub in this lane.
Definitely has a chance to get that going. Oh man, Andrew just killed him off the line, but it looks like Blaze is right there with him, actually moving ahead of
And
Andrew.
Blaze pulls away from him. Oh my God! I don't know what.
What type of ground speed he's got going there. Oh, Andrew! Oh, I thought he clipped the car. It didn't look
And
like that.
Blaze is not going to help us with our theory here because he's already
Oh
messed
no,
up.
he is pulling away.
Nah, it's the black lane dub though.
Yeah, but he's already
He's just
messed
got to
up.
maintain that.
I messed up in my black lane and lost.
Well, you're not.
I don't know
You're
if
not
did
You're
he.
not
Blaze has been very fast.
I
and
am
it looks
not
like
Blaze.
he's just going to keep on being fast. Andrew going to try to get a better corner.
guess it's
Just
just
missed the
different.
wall, really close to that wall.
With
He
Blaze,
is
you
moving
cannot get
fast.
them.
Blaze is right there with him.
With Blaze, you can get treed off the line and still pull away from him. I don't know how that works, but looks like he's gonna get a fat dub here too.
It looks like he's gonna pull away Andrew. Andrew's trying to come
Yep.
back, but the black lane, it seems like consistency has been a real
black
issue,
love.
and it's going to be the black lane. Yeah, did anyone even check that lane?
Nah, who cares? That's
No.
probably the only reason I got the fastest qual.
I mean, you were, and it felt like you were cooking in that lane, but I don't know if those lanes are even or whatever. But man,
I'm gonna have to say that I
what a
doubt it
race
now.
that was!
Now that I saw that, yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about it, dog.
And the finals for tonight's event will be Brandon Scaff, number 5 in Hooked, taking on the Race Source, Captain's Curse, who actually set number 2, who was very fast. I don't know what lane he qualified in, but he was still quick regardless.
It is the Sonar 118 in game right now. And Blaze, I don't know why he left game, but he did. He's back.
I don't know why that hook chassis is white for me.
All right. Yep. Sounds good to me. Which Aaron is it that wants us to stop saying that? All right. Yeah, I'm saying it again. Yeah.
This should be a good one.
Is that against his religion or something? I don't understand. They're not
I
allowed
really
to
can't
say
call
dub.
this race, being how these two have been fast in their own lane. I think Blaze needs to pull up a little bit. Another actually even. He pulls up.
I call it
So
Black
this
Lane
is
dub.
the
right
final
here.
matchup of the night, waiting on the ready up. Going to be a matter of internet here, because Blaze's internet has been on and off the whole night. Great start by both.
And Blaze is pulling again. Oh my gosh.
Blaze
pulling
is
away
actually
again.
a little bit ahead. He's got about a quarter tire on him.
Sliding around that corner. Had a whole lot better of a first corner this race.
The Captain's Curse has really been working for him, but the Hooked Brandon has been driving, has really been working for him as well.
And Blaze is
Maintaining his own
squirrely.
lane.
Why won't this work?
Well,
You
Brandon
can't
actually
get
taking that
some- you
corner a
can't get
lot
some-
wider.
And
It's going to be
Blaze
a
up and over.
huge advantage to Blaze if he could just maintain this final corner. As Brandon's
Black
going to try to run it into the ground coming down.
Oh
the
wow,
final
this is
straightaway.
actually going to be a
Oh,
little
actually,
bit
it's gonna be really
closer
close.
race.
I think Brandon has an advantage. Brandon's going to pull away and win the final race in the green lane.
Whoa!
It's going to be Brandon Scaff taking the win. Hooked will
Where
win
did Blaze-
racing tonight.
Where did Blaze mess up at?
The only win that mattered in the green.
The only
lane.
win that mattered. He got the only green lane win, and it's going to be, I don't even know where he messed up. He pretty much had the race. I don't know what happened, but
I don't know what Blaze did, but I guess he just forgot he was racing or something.
yeah, so I
'Cause
don't
he
know.
had that in the bag.
He
Last
had
time I
it. He
checked
had
on
it won. I don't know what happened, but regardless, Brandon Scaff's going to take the win and Hooked. We're taking the intermission now.
Single-handedly.
We're going to take about a 5 to 10 minute, maybe even 15-minute intermission. I have to go get some food, use the bathroom because I know I got to use the bathroom. And get ready for a two-wheel skill competition, which will actually be on the freestyle track for once.